all the time. I'm getting stronger.
Good, good. Your health is a lot of it is hereditary. Do you know that?
I feel like it is.
Yeah. Because, my overall sense of who you are as a person, you're a very optimistic and very bright person that looks on the glass always being full, versus half empty or whatever. So I feel a lot of the things are genetic and hereditary that you're kind of having to battle. But there's a great book out there called Miracles of Mind.
Miracles of Mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's by Russell Targ, who is the Stanford researcher that developed cancer himself in part of his body, and he reached out to a healer named Jane Katra, and she actually healed him. So there's a lot of really good examples of how your mind can keep you well. And the thing about getting better is comes down to the bottom line is you change the host, and whatever is ailing you or the disease cannot find you. So you make these changes in your world, like changing your diet and maybe cutting your hair and doing just all
Just
these.
all those little things. I'm
Yeah.
getting rid of the old.
Just get rid of the old so that the disease can't find you. That works really well. So if you get a chance, check out that book. It's by
Miracle
Russell.
of Mind by who?
Miracles of Mind by Russell Targ, Targ, and Jane Katra. It's Katra. And your 6th year is a very good year to get nourished. And don't forget to ask for what it is that you need.
Okay.
Sometimes you forget to ask the people around you to baby you.
That's true.
Yeah, and we all need babying every once in a while. And that's a good feeling of the way to get better and feel better. So it's a great thing that you called today. I'm so glad that you're listening to the program.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I'll be talking a little bit more about the year in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. And
You're
you have a
welcome.
great year.
Thank you, Mariah. Thanks for calling
Okay,
the program.
bye-bye.
Bye bye. And you too can get a mini reading right here on KNRY 1240 AM. We're going to come up on a little break just so I can have some more water. And we'll be right back. Oh, that was sudden. Wow. That's the way this year is going to be, everybody. It's going to be like sudden. Things happening very quickly. Now, let me tell you about the new year. Then we'll get into some other stuff. But as numerologists, we look at it being 2009, right? So what we do is we add the 9 and the 2 together, and we get 11. Now, 11 is a master number, so we as numerologists never reduce master numbers, which are 11, 22, and 33. So it is an 11-year versus a 2-year. And 11 is all about master teacher, master relationship. Partnering this year is huge. You're going to see more people marry each other. You're going to see more companies merge. You're going to see more partnerships also in, I want to say, jobs and, maybe even job sharing, that sort of thing. Because the universe is asking us to be compassionate. That's what the number 9 is. The number 9 is the number of compassion, of humanity, being a humanitarian, and it's the number of the healer. All 9 energies have to do with healing. So if you are a 9 and you add up your birthday and you find that out, you usually like to either become a doctor or a nurse or in some kind of health field, or a counselor where you can heal other people. And so that aspect of the 9 is there in the 2009. And then the aspect of the 2, which is, again, having to do with relationship. I say there's 2 ways to do relationship. There's the dance, or there's the ring where you box it out. So you have to make sure which one that you want to do. Now, if you do the dance, there's lots of different dances. There's the tango, there's the waltz, there's the two-step, there's the lambada. There's all these different kinds of things you can do. If you're in the ring, is usually knock down, drag out, punch it out. Okay, who's right, who's wrong? So the universe is asking us to look at this at 11 as being a I teach you, I learn from you, you teach me, you learn from me kind of situation versus who's right and who's wrong. Because with their who's right and who's wrong, the punch method, no one wins. Okay, even in the boxing ring, and Ash and I have talked about this a little bit. I am really a martial arts fan. I love martial arts. Mixed martial arts is a little bloody for me and over the top. But the regular martial arts has discipline involved, and there's, spirituality involved, and there's some, damage involved, also bruising and things going on. And it can be very, treacherous, but it is the art of self-defense where if you go in the ring and you deliberately beating up on each other, most so I would say for the cash, or maybe it's a hormonal thing, even though there are women fighters now, somebody's going to lose a tooth, an eye, broken nose, whatever. So who really wins, And if you can kind of do the dance, and the wrestlers crack me up because they're really doing the dance. A lot of that is choreographed in the ring before they get in there, and they kind of know what kind of moves they're going to do. And the same thing with regular martial arts, where you've been sparring with someone, or there's certain forms or things that you follow that you know that you're not going to get hurt so much. So, but just coming out there and lambasting, it's really, it doesn't serve any purpose at all. And we come here relationship-wise because we have karma to fulfill with people a lot of the time. And there are several different kinds of relationship, and there's relationship as a parent, there's a relationship as a spouse, there's a relationship as a friend, and sometimes the lines get blurred between all of those kind of things. And we're not perfect, we're here to do what we can do the best way that's possible. And relationships are one of those things that Sam and I were talking about before the show, that they're a bit tricky, yeah? Because everybody...
Little bit.
You know what? Everybody has free will, and that's the catch.
Yeah.
Samantha. You can just love a person to the depth of your being, but if they choose not to love you back, then that's their choice and that's their free will. And so many times we pick people we have to help or heal or, again, have some kind of karmic relationship with, which doesn't serve either one of us, really. It's kind of one of those things that, the person maybe owes you. I always, in my readings, and I do readings, by the way, you can catch me in person at Pilgrim's Way on Thursday and Saturdays. Now I'm going to take over the Saturday slot. Thursdays from 3 to 6, Saturdays from 11 to 3, on Dolores between 5th and 6th in Carmel. The number to call is 624-4955. That's 624-4955. If you're too shy to call up on the air, you can always come and get a reading from me. Or you can always go to the bookstore and get a reading, Pilgrim's Way Bookstore and Secret Garden. But we were talking about, remind me, Sammy, what were we saying?
We were talking
Karma.
Karma, yeah.
Yeah. How soon I forget. Yeah.